everyone, welcome back to my channel. I want to apologize for the weird week last week. We were dealing with a little bit of a family issue. Our dog Diesel ended up with a tumor on his leg and we were having that taken care of. So Friday of last week we actually decided to have it removed, so he was in the doggy hospital and I ended up very stressed about it because we actually lost another dog to something similar a few years ago, so it was just a little bit for me to take. But we should be back to a regular posting schedule here as well as on my blog. But today we're going to start off this video and we are going to do the makeup aesthetic tag. This tag was created by Elle. She is actually another Canadian YouTuber and she is a little bit sassy and she really tells it how it is, and I really like that, obviously. She's one of those people that if you don't like the consumerism and you don't like the forceability of buy this, buy this, buy this, then she's definitely a YouTuber for you. Anyway, let's just jump right into this tag. Question number one is, how would you describe your personal style or makeup aesthetic? And as per the title of this tag, I would say that's a pretty accurate question. So my aesthetic is really do what you feel, do what you want, completely no makeup or full face. I don't believe there's a lot of makeup rules. It is really just find what works for you and run with it, whatever you're comfortable with. Recently I had a conversation with someone about them kind of coming out of their shell makeup wise, and they were really concerned that people were looking at her, and my whole thing is people aren't looking at you, people don't really care, and even if they do, if you like it, who really gives a shit? So that would be my makeup aesthetic. I do bold eyes, bold lips, clearly. I do completely naked face, I do everything, and I'm completely comfortable with that. I wouldn't exactly say I have an aesthetic, however I do prefer color to neutral. Question number two is, who or what has influenced my stylistic choices? If I'm being totally honest, I am of the age of when MAC was be all to end all of stylistic choice, and they were always a little bit more avant-garde and kind of out of the box makeup wise. I'm not old, but I am older than the typical YouTube group. I am 33 at this time, and when I was growing up, like, MAC was it. That was all you had to choose from. That you worked with MAC or you worked with essentially drugstore. Sephora was not quite as big as it is now. There was no ColourPop, there was no Juvia's Place. There was nothing like that. You basically worked with MAC. So I would say that's probably my biggest style indicator was MAC. Question number three are, what are some of your previous makeup phases? And I would say I've always been a black liner fan, but there was a time when I would actually match the amount of black eyeliner I was wearing to my mood. And as an angsty teen, there was a lot of black liner in my life. Question number four is, what combination of makeup brands would make up my perfect brand? I actually haven't looked at any of these previous to answering them. I just looked up the tag and was like, oh shit, yeah, I'm gonna do that. So let me think here. I like the aesthetic of ColourPop, I think. I don't like a few things about them in general, but the ability to make something affordable and the ability to make something creative while also releasing new products that are actually new. They're not so much into this now, but when they first came out, with their Super Shock Shadow, there was nothing else on the market like that at the time, and that's what I look for in a brand, is somebody that is actually trying to bring out things that are new and find colors and formulas that are new, and not just repeating everything else that's come out. So I would want affordability, which is also ColourPop, innovation, and creativity, I guess, is what I would look for. I can't call out any specific brands, but those are my three main things I would look for. Question number five is, name 5 products that define your makeup style right now. And honestly, I would say the Electric palette defines my style right now. Galactic liquid lipsticks, they are amazing. Also the Maybelline matte inks, I'm gonna count those as 2. So any kind of bright or really dark saturated colored lip product. Is it weird to say skincare because I've been really into skincare lately? It's not, it's my tag, I'll say what I want. I'm gonna choose skincare. I've been really taking care of my skin and it's actually really improved the breakouts I was having along my eyebrows. This is such a hard question because it's so generic to me. The ColourPop Dream Street palette, I really like that dark hunter green in there. I've been using that a lot. I don't know. I move around so much. Glitter? Glitter. Yeah. I don't think I have a fifth. Oh, yes, I do. Colored eyeliner. I've been really big into colored liner lately. I've always liked colored eyeliner and I've always liked colored wing, but like lately I've been really into it. Question number 6 is what kind of style or an aesthetic do you wish you could pull off? Again, I'm a big believer that you can pull off whatever you want to pull off. It's just a matter of putting that shit on your face and walking out the door. But I guess one thing that I don't feel like looks that great on me, or something that makes me feel out of my own realm, and it's more because I don't really like it, is like the flower crown thing. Like, that's not me. So I don't do stuff like that. Also, I don't really do glamour makeup very well. It just seems so boring to me. It like really lacks in punch. So those two things maybe. Also, I need to work on my technique a little bit. Question number 7 is what style are you over? And I would say generally any overdone eyeshadow look, just in general, completely just overdone eyeshadow. So I've been watching a lot of those. I followed X person's makeup tutorial, and I'm watching these people take 45 minutes to do their eyeshadow, and maybe that's why my technique's not that good. But who has 45 minutes to do an eyeshadow look? Like, unless you're going out to an event, I do looks like this every day. This is what I wear to work. And for me, this needs to take 10 minutes or less. So it's going on and I'm going out the door. But if I have to sit here and reach for 20 different palettes and 40 different colors, like, I'm just not into that. I'm totally over it. I don't want to see tutorials like that anymore because they are not realistic. And just because you can sit there and spend an hour on your makeup while filming a video doesn't mean the people that are watching those videos can actually take in that information and make that look happen. It's too complicated and I don't like it. Question number 8 is who are some of your favorite makeup artists? I can honestly say I don't follow any specific makeup artists, but I will say that if I had to choose, the best makeup I've ever had done on me was definitely by my wedding makeup artist, who is the Makeup Pros. He was excellent. They did hair and makeup, and honestly, I will put some pictures in here. They were kick-ass, totally worth every penny, and did exactly what I wanted them to do. The picture that I gave them was exact. So when I was originally picking out my wedding makeup, I will confess, I obviously wasn't going for something that was super neutral. I had posted on Reddit, not necessarily for opinions, was just excited that I had found what I wanted, and the comments were really, really rude. Not that that typically bothers me, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but I was just surprised that they were so easy to attack what I wanted, because it really wasn't that out of the ordinary. It was like a dramatic purple smoky eye, and I was basically called a hoe by multiple people because that's what I wanted for my wedding makeup, and it wasn't timeless. So when I found this makeup artist and the Makeup Pros, I was so excited to know that they would look at that and go, yes, that's great. We really like it, and they did it, and it looked amazing. Question number 9 is, do you have any favorite editorial or avant-garde makeup looks? I do really like how color blocking looks. I've never been able to do it on myself, but color blocking can look really awesome on certain people, and I really like that kind of photography, or like really monochromatic looks in photography, again, in fashion. I think they look really awesome. But for me to wear day to day, it's not something I'd probably do. Maybe I should just do it one day on my channel, just for funsies. Question number 10, and the last question, is what is my favorite time period for makeup? If I was going to choose my favorite time period for makeup, I would choose now, where everyone is kind of allowed to do what they want. There's not a lot of rules. Makeup is widely accepted for men and women. Maybe not so much for men, but definitely there are some very successful male makeup artists as well as YouTubers, and I think that's really great. It is a matter of expression and like kind of doing you, and I'm a big fan of doing you. But if I had to pick like a general time and general aesthetic that I think was probably the most beautiful and classic, I actually really like the time of Great Gatsby, like the fashion and the makeup, and when women were really just starting to come out of their shell a little bit, was probably my favorite. Anyway, guys, I tag anybody watching this video, Dolly Mama Beauty, Color Me Cassie, Kaylee, if you haven't done this, I want to see this from you. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video and have a great day.